I want to just read to you a couple of headlines of these riots. There are riots all across the country. There are people being beaten up. There was a federal officer killed. There was a homeless guy whose property was set on fire. I mean, it was enough. It was literally enough to make a stone weep that they came and they set this home. And then the protesters cheered. And Slate's headline is, "Police erupt in violence nationwide." All right. Biden's team is contributing money to bail out the people who are being arrested, namely the looters, right? And it is just, I mean, the Washington Post, mayhem continues as police protesters clash. Bernie Sanders, who is a genuinely wicked old man who has never done anything for this country. He is a genuinely wicked, desiccated old person. He sent out this tweet: the richest 400 Americans sit on $3 trillion, the size of the entire UK economy. The billionaire class now pays a lower tax rate than people living paycheck to paycheck. The looting of that's just not true. The looting of America has been going on. The looting of America has been going on for 40 years, and the culprits are the ultra rich. So in other words, the people who build stuff, the people who've made it profits, the investors and all that, that's the same as these guys looting. And remember, these people who are looting, do not kid yourself for 1 second, that this is helping Black America. It is hurting Black America. It hurts Black America when the police don't want to go into neighborhoods. It hurts Black America when people turn on their TV and see them running out of stores, see Black people running out of stores. And I'm telling you, this is being instigated by radical people, a lot of whom are candy-ass white boys who think that they're doing something important by being a communist and starting violent uprisings, taking advantage of the protests. And look, I said this before, but just to say it again, this police killing was a bad, bad thing. But again, you're going to have bad cops. You're going to have bad cops. Unions keep those cops in place a lot of times. And you're going to have more cop interaction with the Black community where the crime is high. That's going to happen. You know, there are so many honest Black men, specifically Black males, who will tell you that the police stop them all the time. And look, I know that's the fault of the bad guys. I understand that's the fault of the bad guys. But unfortunately, it's a systemic problem we have to change. You cannot have people being humiliated in front of their kids, in front of their wives, by being stopped by the police. It's always humiliating to be stopped by the police. And you cannot have that constantly happening to people who are law-abiding citizens. This is something police across America are trying to figure out. They are trying to figure it out. They're trying to work on it. You cannot tell me that burning down cities, looting people, beating people up is going to do anything to help. It helps white liberals. That's who it helps. It helps white liberals to feel that something is going on. Let me read you some quotes today from some tyrants, right? Erdogan in Turkey, who's one of the better tyrants, but still a tyrant. He tweeted, this is a guy, he tweeted, "The racist and fascist approach that led to the death of George Floyd in the U.S. city of Minneapolis as a result of torture has not only deeply saddened all of us." This is the guy who's beating up on the Kurds all the time, but it has also become one of the most painful manifestations of the unjust order we stand against across the world, right? Ayatollah Khomeini, who's constantly threatening to kill every Jew on earth, retweeted, "If you're dark-skinned walking in the U.S., you can't be sure you'll be alive in the next few minutes." So the radicals and the tyrants are the same people, right? What does it mean to be radical versus conservative? All right. What is the difference? The radicals are telling you that this country sucks. This country is a mistake. Everything about this country. It's not, oh, you had a good system and you wouldn't let us in, which is an absolutely fair complaint from Black people. That's an absolutely fair complaint. And we're dealing with the legacy of it. There's no question about that. That's a fair complaint. Great system. Love your country. Let us in because we're citizens too is a totally rational complaint. This country sucks. This country has to be burned down. That's radicalism. And the problem with radicalism, and this is kind of Edmund Burke talking, the problem with radicalism is that the systems and traditions that taught you right from wrong, right, are the systems and traditions you are trying to burn down. When somebody says, for instance, let's not teach Shakespeare because it excludes other cultures, no other culture has that attitude. No other culture is as inclusive as ours, wants to bring people in. Where do we learn that? Shakespeare. We learned it from Western culture. When we want to bring cultures into our country, we are teaching other cultures about Western culture by doing that. So to say, oh, Western culture is bad, let's bring other cultures in, is to say, oh, the thing that gave me my morals is bad, so let's now exercise my morals, which are good. It's insane. It's insane. That's radicalism. I hope you enjoyed that clip from The Andrew Klavan Show. If you did, go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you stay up to date on all our future content.